Hello everyone, it's Brentmaster here, and today I have another LEGO Star Wars set to review. This is the LEGO 7659 Imperial Landing Craft set from 2007. This set comes with 471 pieces, was rated for ages 8 to 12, and cost you about $50 back when it was in stores. Now, this is a nice set, and I think that it's a very solid build and comes with a lot of nice minifigures. And overall, I think this set has a very nice, sleek, and smooth design. So, yeah, let's look at the box to be the first part of the review. Alright, so here's the box. It has some really nice box art, and you can see that it's here on Tatooine. And again, it has a really nice 2007 background art with the 30th anniversary badge and the Darth Vader in the top right hand corner. If you turn around the box, you can see that it shows you some of the features that are in the set, such as the dropping off function, the cockpit, the wing function, and dropping some bombs. It also shows you some of the other sets released in 2007, such as the Y-Wing, the ATST, the two battle packs, and General Grievous' Starfighter. I have reviewed these two sets, the ATST and the Y-Wing, but I have not gotten these other three sets. But maybe one day I'll get them, but not anytime soon, so that's it for the box. Alright, so here are the instructions. They are quite thick and come with a total of 76 pages including the back, so yeah, quite a bit of building. Like many 2007 sets, at the back it shows you an image of the set. And it also shows you, of course, two of them, and a lot of stormtroopers and sand troopers right here. So I think that's pretty neat. If you flip open to here, it advertises a LEGO shop at home and the LEGO magazine. And yeah, that's basically it for the instructions. It does have the little box that tells you what pieces you need for each set, so yeah, I think the instructions are pretty easy to follow, so yeah, that's it for them. Alright, so here are the minifigures that come in the set. There are 5, and I think they all look quite good. The first minifigure here is an Imperial pilot, and you can tell that he's the older version because his helmet just looks like a black stormtrooper helmet with different prints on it. But I still think it's nice. It has the little Imperial insignia up there. And you can see he has some nice printing on his torso. Not on his legs or on his back or anything, but I still think it's quite good. He has a black head underneath, which is, it doesn't really bother me that much because you don't really see these figures or these people's faces in the movie, so it doesn't really bother me as much. But yeah, that's it for that minifigure. Right here is a stormtrooper, and I think he looks really nice. I like the minimalist design that they have for this, not too much printing or anything. But I think that LEGO should have kept this design because I think that every design of Stormtrooper looks good when if there's a lot of them together. But if you have all these different designs standing next to each other, it looks kind of strange. So I think they should have just stuck with this one. You can see he has a blaster, he has some back printing, which is nice. And I do quite like his helmet a lot too. If you take off his helmet, you can see he also has a black face as well. I'm going to skip this minifigure because it's identical to that one. But here now we have a sand trooper, which I think is quite nice. You can tell that he's basically just a stormtrooper, but with this little cloth piece that's right here. What's good about these, though, unlike the 2012 ones, is that if you take this away, he just looks like a regular stormtrooper. So if you don't really have many stormtroopers in your collection, you can just use these if you wish. So yeah, again, a very simple design. Has a black head, which is the same as on the other minifigures. So yeah, these are the troopers that come in the set. And I do quite like them because I think that since they're so simple, you can build an army of them and they'll look great together. So yeah, that's it for these minifigures. Alright, so here's a look at the Imperial landing craft itself. I do quite like this model because it's very smooth and sleek, and there's not too many studs, so I think it looks really great. It has here at the front a very large windscreen piece that's here, which you'll have to take off if you want to gain access to the cockpit. You can see that there is one control panel there for one minifigure, And that is, of course, where your Imperial pilot's supposed to sit, so I'll go ahead and try to put him in there. It is kind of hard to do this with one hand, but I guess I was successful. And that's what the control panel looks like. That is printed, which I'm really happy about. I don't think there are any stickers in this set. No, there are none, which is, of course, another plus. If you can, of course, put this back on here. And if you look down here below, you can see that there are two blasters here for defense if your Imperial landing craft is under attack by rebel forces. So that's always a good thing to have. You always have to be protected. There's, of course, this large fin that's right here, which is quite nice and uses a lot of large pieces that are usually used, I think, on city walls and things like that. I'll just also show you this back section right here, which has the exhausts, which I think look really, really nice. I do like this blue that they use. And there's also this little knob here, which you can turn to, of course, release the wings, which I think is quite nice. It does take a bit of cranking to do, especially if you're using one hand, and you have to make sure that you're not winding it too hard to actually just move the entire build, but I think it's quite nice. It uses one of those worm gears there, and overall I think the wings look nice. You can see there's just stacking of plates, which makes them quite thin, and I'm not opposed to that at all. I'm really happy, however, that there's no understud, if you know what I mean. Meaning the under parts of the plate showing, which I think is a smart move by LEGO. So yeah, it's what that looks like. You can see that under here and over here that there are these little clips that are you can open and move like this, and what they do is that you can now disconnect the top part of the ship from the bottom, which I think is a pretty neat idea if you want to drop off your crew. So what you just do is you just lift it off like this, and of course you can just set it aside. It does stand up quite well, actually, in my opinion. It doesn't really topple over unless you push it, which I think is, of course, good. And in here is, of course, the troop carrier, which I think looks really neat inside. It has space for all of your minifigures and for all their weapons to go. So I'm just gonna, as I speak, put these weapons in here. So of course you can put all of your troopers inside. Go ahead and put the stormtrooper here, and I'll put another one's weapon in here, and yeah, of course you can just put them all behind these large weapons that are right here, and I'll show you what they look like from the front. And they're these huge spring-loaded shooters, which I think are really great. These are the old competition-style ones that I think are far superior to the modern ones. So the way you fire them was interesting. You push these two transparent, these trans neon green pieces, and you just shoot them, and they fire like that, which I think is really, really nice. It's a very subtle look, and you wouldn't be able to tell just by looking at it from the front. So I think that's always a nice thing if they're subtle about shooters and all those things regarding weaponry. And also there are these areas right here to put the larger blaster rifles that belong to the sand troopers, which is great because you don't have any weapons or anything of the sort lying around to get lost or just put somewhere and almost forgotten. I know they do that with many lightsabers where they're usually just hanging about, really. But they're really wise when it comes to this set. Anyway, back here you can see it. There are these are also these trans neon green pieces with these orange studs here at the end, and you might be wondering what those are. And those are actually bombs. So what you can do, if you want to drop them, is you can push these red pieces up. And what you'll do is it'll release this one Technic piece, and I'll try to show it to you so you can see how the thing operates. So you push it forward. Yeah, that's how it works. And yeah, some of the bombs went on my floor. I'll pick those up later. And that's how it looks Here, I'll show you what it looks like from another side. And they fall out like that. So, yeah, I really like this. It's a very, very nice little troop carrier. And I really think that LEGO did the best job they could combining a really nice looking thing with something that also has a lot of features and functions, and of course, most of all, a place to store your troops. So, yeah, that's basically it for this set. Alright, so for my overall thoughts on the set, I do quite like it and I would highly recommend you get it. I know that Star Wars has a lot of, well, LEGO Star Wars has a lot of sets where you can carry clone troopers, but not many where you can carry stormtroopers. I know the AT-AT carries snowtroopers, but yeah, again, stormtroopers is something that you'd want to carry as well, and because of that, I would highly recommend this set. There is a new Imperial landing craft that came out, I think, 2 years ago or something like that. I don't know, time kind of flies, but I would recommend that you get this one more. I just think it looks better. It's a lot more smooth, not as many studs. The new one, they just try to put a bunch of studs all over the place. And this area, the troop carry doesn't look nearly as nice on the new one, in my opinion. So, yeah, I would recommend this set. I would pay up to, used I'd pay up to 70, new I'd pay up to 110 for it. Yeah, you can actually get this set for a somewhat decent price new. That's how I got it. I got it new for around $100, and I think it was worth it. Nowadays, if LEGO sold this, it would definitely be a good 80 bucks. Just look at that new General Grievous' Starfighter. But anyway, I would recommend the set. Stick around for more LEGO Star Wars reviews because they will be on the way, slowly but surely. So that's it for this video, and I'll see you all later. Bye.